We're going to welcome to the show now former senior advisor at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and former chief patrol agent of the Yuma, Arizona sector for the U.S. Border Patrol, Chris Clem. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Anna.
I want to play you this. It's from Mayor-elect Helena Moreno, and she made a list of demands for Border Patrol. Let's listen.
The city expects firm assurances that no stops or detentions are based on a race, ethnicity, national origin, language, or perceived immigration status. We are requesting demographic data to monitor and prevent unequal treatment.
How do you expect Border Patrol to react to these demands?
I hope they don't, because that is ridiculous. They're federal law enforcement. The mayor can demand all she wants, but she's just virtual signaling. Let me just remind everybody that the New Orleans Border Patrol sector has been there for decades. ICE has been there for decades. I was the deputy chief patrol agent of the New Orleans sector. Commander Bravino was the chief patrol agent of New Orleans sector. We've just brought in another 100 Border Patrol agents there. So they're targeting those criminal aliens, those people with outstanding orders of removal. They're doing the job that is on the law books from Congress and what this administration is expecting of federal law enforcement. So, they can let the leaders know they're there, but really they don't have a need to know on the operational security piece, especially those kind of ridiculous demands. There's a law that these agents are following. They don't need to sit there and listen to the mayor tell them what to do. And Commander Bravino has seen that play out pretty regularly in L.A. and Chicago.
Well, I think a lot of reasonable Americans would listen to the Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Border Czar Tom Homan say that when they go into places like work sites and places of business where these individuals work, that they do believe are public security threats and national security threats, and they end up taking some others that they check their immigration status and they are living in this country illegally. I think most reasonable Americans would say, that makes sense, at least to some people. But the optics, is not great for someone. They hear this huge number, 5,000 arrests, and there are concerns that may mean quantity over quality, and that they are just going into these neighborhoods that have brown skin and sweeping people up, actually accidentally sometimes too.
If they're here illegally, they're subject to arrest. That's plain and simple. They've made it very clear since day one. But they're out there with a list of people that have known orders of removal, that have criminal histories, that have violated their terms and conditions of their visas and all these things that are part of immigration enforcement. And yes, if you are in an area where you're being there's a target and others are encountered and they're here illegally, they're going to be arrested. The last administration actually said not to do that. This administration is holding people that are in violation of U.S. laws, in this case specifically immigration laws, accountable. It doesn't matter what level you came in as you were here on a certain visa, but you violated those terms and conditions, or you entered illegally, or you had your due process, you were ordered to move, and you failed to leave the country. This is what accountability is, to get our immigration system right-sided. It starts with enforcement, and this is what this administration is doing, and they're doing it very well.
Well, it's just, the president demonstrated that the border could be sealed. He did it almost as soon as he got into office, but we knew that this was the part that was going to get ugly, and it'd be difficult for a lot of people to watch. Let's go ahead and listen to what one New Orleans resident had to say.
They need city council to step up and do more. All they've done is say, they're coming, here's what you should do is carry your passport. That's unacceptable. They need to do more than that, and it's not just undocumented people. It's people who are green card holders. It's actually black and brown Americans who are going to suffer.
But could this just be solved? Could this be solved if sanctuary cities would cooperate with ICE agents? They're federal law enforcement individuals, and being in this country illegally itself is a crime.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just also preface this as I was born in New Orleans. I have lived there as an adult. I've lived there as the deputy chief there. So I know that area very, very well. But you're exactly right. This problem can almost mitigate and solve itself if we got away from sanctuary policies and went with cooperating policies, right? We're seeing this play out with people on terrorist watch lists, heinous crimes, murder, rape, pedophilia, all this stuff, and people that are undocumented. And if these states and these cities that are, that are disruptive and actually protesting, ICE and federal law enforcement actually cooperated, it would actually bring that tension down, because then the residents, like the one you just had on there, could actually talk to the local leaders and say, and they could explain. But just sitting there and virtual signaling at a press conference to act like you're doing something is not helping anybody, and it's actually causing more problem, making it more difficult for the agents to do their jobs safely and swiftly.
Well, you do have a very unique perspective, and we thank you for sharing it with us. And we know you do love this part of the country, and you just want to see it flourish. Former Chief Patrol Agent of the Yuma, Arizona sector of the U.S. Border Patrol, Chris Clem, thank you.
Thank you.